Trophy cars. First in class Woodcote Trophy is number 410. Then third in Woodcote Trophy and 11th overall is number 9, Ben Eastick in the Jaguar D-Type. 12th place is number 77, Nick Jarvis and Mike Grant Peterkin in the fearsome Allard J2X. Car number 77 in 12th place. And in 13th is the Wilmots in number 84. That's Rick and Joe Wilmot in GOM Special. And that GOM is the GOM Fabrications Company. Reed GOM, no relation as far as I know, Canadian. We saw out driving earlier, but the GOM Special is an XK140 chassis and running. In fact, that body was fitted with an Aston Martin, but the chassis. A one-off car. Check the flags out. And behind the Wilmots, and sharing with our very own Peter Snowden, one of our co-commentators on many occasions. Peter Snowden sharing with David Reed, as he often does, in car number 53, the maroon Aston Martin DB2, I think affectionately known as Maureen. And then in 15th is the number 150, the XK150 of Claire and Andrew Keith Lucas.
Were powered by Don Moore engines, weren't they?
You're asking, I don't know.
Oh, they were. And my first line manager at Huntington College was an apprentice there at the time. I used to do a lot of machining work on the Don Moore Jaguar engines, which was based in Cambridge because they were built. The listers were built just outside Cambridge, weren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
Firm still sort of exists, doesn't it?
Yes, they are, but they're not in the same place. Yes, they're in the area. I think they're in Bolton.
Right.
I can't quite remember where Listers was, but was, and the garage which was owned by or run by Archie Scott Brown no longer exists. When they put the A14, modified the A14, the new one in. Being a Snetterton lad, my dad used to take me up there and used to sort of watch Archie Scott Brown, and but I was very, very small at the time. Princess Anne Spy.
Archie Scott Brown, yes, very close to where Dixie was killed, back to that source.
I'll tell you what, if we talk about diversity in motorsport, we went backwards for a while, didn't we? Because, Archie Scott Brown was, Mike Challenge wasn't he? Yes, he wasn't.
Charles.
And they as well.
Which doesn't exist anymore. It's called Paddock, and it was a left-hander just before La Source on the run back from Blanchimont and Stavelot, Blanchimont, and unfortunately back on the outside there.
Like I say, my dad used to take me up, but I was very small, so because Archie was a hero, was a real hero at Snetterton. But I recall being extremely sad when I learned that he had passed away. Because we're going to be racing shortly. I've got Shane Barrett here. Shane, pole position, congratulations.
Yeah, I was very pleased with that.
Oh, I imagine so. I don't think Phil Keane is.
Well,
he's a pro driver. Yeah, he's supposed to be the quick one.
Well, he did come by me early on, but I could have stood up to be fair, so he must have been struggling with something. But I kept seeing a P2, and I thought, I don't think I can go much faster, so I kept trying and chipping, and then I saw the P1, and I thought, result.
I have to say, the car looked absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, no, it was good. I did.
get behind the racing and just work up, yeah, fine. But yes, we're on a switch. And not pleased. Well, he got back to the back. And it's the J Master Trophy for 381 Group 1s and Group 1.5 touring cars. I think that's the Camaro that's just gone by. The pits, as I walk up to the top of the pits down here. And if you've got time over lunch, do come down and have a look at all the
Cold out in Portugal, then showing Michelle Richard in car 61, the Fiesta. And James, elder son, in the big yellow shell livery BMW 3 to SI, which Richard was cutting with Lewis about earlier on. Which is popping banging its way along very, very slowly. That's the street we saw out racing yesterday. It's a long way from Cox back to the pits, but hopefully I'll make his way back.
In the pit straight away is the great Shepherd 4 Boss Mustang and 17 and what's the problem? Oh, I'll show you. Crew. Working hard. But it's a brake issue on the Mustang, so there we go. Don't remember his day.
Australia somewhere, found it, brought it back and rebuilt it. Yeah, the Greg Marshall, going back to the Firenze to Joe Marshall racing period, Greg was had a copy built, so it looks exactly the same. It's not the same car, but the last time I saw him out in it, he did have some really awful engine problems. He just could not get it to run. So I wonder whether that problem is continuing because he hasn't bought that car. One of our SD1s, the one finished in the Patrick Motorsport livery, which is Rob Dolphin Jr. Colour 52.
Normal power and downforce. It's light hands now, so it's really quite
So what have you racing? What are you racing? Model-wise?
So currently Porsche Carrera Cup, GB, and then did a round of Super Cup as well, and I've done a little bit of that out.
stop. Slightly better for Danny Winstanley. Danny Winstanley 1:31.5. Slightly better for Jonathan Mitchell 1:27.4. So that's why the order is shuffled. I've got a time for Gary Pearson's stop yet, but that should come up on the screen very shortly.
Well, Alex,
I suppose it does, yeah. Good to be involved with the factory, and I'm so glad to see Jaguar getting involved with their heritage in historic racing. You know, everything that they do in the Jaguar Classic Works workshop is so brilliant. It's customer led, of course, but you know, the factory taking a great interest in everything that's going on the racetrack, and long may that continue.
yeah, because that's what happened, and that's following family footsteps, isn't it? So I remember Dad being at Jags as well, and because he was world champion and won Le Mans, so yeah, you know, following the footsteps.
Yeah, big family heritage with Jaguar, of course. And yeah, we used to have an old Group C car stuck in the back of the garage, and Dad couldn't bear to see it on racing, so got rid of it, so he'd go back out on the racetrack again rather than sitting in a car coupe in our garage. But yeah, it's great to be here with Jags, and hopefully we can bring home the win at the end of the race.
Yeah, I have Jaguar returned to Le Mans.
Yeah, it was. So, and what a great era of Le Mans racing we're in right now as well. Probably the best since that. You know, since those big up definitely cars. So yeah, great to be following in the footsteps in a certain way. And also, you know, yeah, just
than anyone else, but still just above the minimum time. So the Gary Pearson absolutely spot on with his pit stop, and that's put him right up onto the tail of the number one car. I think the leaders are coming through what's even showing on what the gap is, and Gary Pearson leads. So 27 leads Gary Pearson, and James Dodd now in the 27 car, absolutely together as they went down into Cops. David Boot comes through in to third place. Yes, he is. James Dodd up into third, Danny Winstanley fourth, Jonathan Mitchell in fifth place. And would you put a penny on James Dodd to win this race now? Because his lap times are better than anybody ahead of him by some margin. James, 3-4 seconds a lap. Quick change as the race develops. Some of that could be down to Gary Pearson just biding his time in the first part of the race, keeping the brakes cool, keeping the tyres in good shape, and that's paying off now as the lead battle of 5 cars goes through with 14 minutes remaining. So 46 minutes of this race gone with a pit stop. We've got 5 cars covered by probably about 2 seconds as Gary Pearson leads, James Dodd in second. Hard to tell those 2 cars apart on the fixed cameras I have, but do my best as they come into Beckett's now. And the 2 leaders are absolutely together, it still being Gary Pearson. The other 3 cars still in the same order, with Barclay, Winstanley and Mitchell with that gear selector problem. Now they're leading the race. So it's Dodd who leads by half a second from Gary Pearson. Third place still James Barclay, still holding on. Under pressure now from Danny Winstanley and Jonathan Mitchell as they went across the line at on Hampton Straight. They're through Aintree, coming down Wellington Straight now, so get a good shot out of the back of my into Brooklands. Still James Dodd ahead of Gary Pearson, and James Barclay still hanging on to third place, far behind Pearson, and Danny Winstanley nipping away at the back of the round good corner. Dodd leads 21 from 27. Pearson is Barclay in the number 1 car as they come down to the heavy braking area for the left-hander at Brooklands. Through goes James Dodd, then it's Gary Pearson. James Barclay, very, very defensive line there into Brooklands, kept well over to the left-hand side of the track, just to take the optimal line. comes to battle for second, it's still Gary Pearson leading James Barkley, and lost Duncan Stanley. Mitchell still there, no Duncan Stanley. Looks like James Barkley has got alongside Gary Pearson for second place. They'll be down at Brooklands very shortly, check out what's happening there as they turn in. Back to change around because Jonathan Mitchell's got between them now, not touch second. Both dark cars in seconds distance. James Dodd comes through, he's in the lead, but will it be Pearson? So this one plus one more for Jonathan Mitchell to try to capture past James Barkley, and indeed for Gary Pearson, who's only 0.4 of a second behind, to perhaps recover his second dog comes into Luffield. And 3 cars in second place going into Luffield now. Same grey car still in second place, but only just for Jonathan Mitchell. They come through Woodcote, Mitchell next up. But Jonathan Mitchell has got through past James Barkley on the Hanger Straight coming down into Stoke Corner. So the order as they went up towards Club was that Mitchell in second place. So as they come into Club now, yes, still Mitchell in second place. Barkley third, Pearson fourth. Dobbs for the last time. And there he is, James Dodd. 21 comes into Luffield. Now we wait for the battle for second place. Who will it be? Still with the lighter grey car of Mitchell. Yes, it is. So Mitchell remains in second place, but only one car behind him. Another one has dropped off the back of that group. Still there, still not on the back. And it looks like it's Gary Pearson in trouble. And so just check now as they come past Woodcote Corner. Jonathan Mitchell second place. Third place is indeed James Barkley. And Gary Pearson, where the Marshall's Donut Sprint, which Regan was telling us this morning, is his dad's original car, the 1-2 production Superrunner Camaro, followed by the Whistling XJS, which V12 and there goes the little Fiesta of Ben Holder. BMW 3-litre SI from 1972. He's driving solo. That's running in the 3-litre SI running in production saloons, currently with the Batmobile 3-litre CSI, the lightweight. Through past me, down in 24th place, I think. No.
Alistair, recreation.
Oh, yeah.
But the BMW, the yellow one, the other one, the Lanfranchi one,
yeah,
that's the original.
Oh, that's the original Tony Lanfranchi car.
That is the, that's the original. And there was a sister car, wasn't there? A couple of sister cars, and I can't remember who the other one was. But no one really knows what happened to them. They could have even been took back by BMW because they were owned by BMW. Could have been recycled back to a road car, but we don't know. Sadly, the number 3 Rover is here. So what's your name? Sorry? What's your name? Welby, Rawdon Welby. Oh dear, what's happened? No idea. It's not working. Were you driving? No. Just one lap and then it cut out, wouldn't start. So it's not going anywhere. He's been pushed up the pit lane. So there we go. That's the number 3 road race Steve-O. Number 34 car in. That's the Dolly. That's Tim Clark. I'm not sure if it's a quick in and out. The reason I haven't been able to find out about the XK1 XS is it's parked right out the back.
Ah, okay. Fairly comfortable 4th place, not being challenged by the Jaguar XJS and Tom Barkley, who's yet to cross the timing line. But I wonder how close Richard Colburn can hold on in the little Fiesta to the Jaguar. It was 4.1 at the timing line last time. There goes Tom Barkley, Richard Colburn. 6.2, so he's losing about 2 seconds a lap to the Jaguar, unsurprisingly. 5.3 litres of V12 versus 1600cc 4-cylinder engine in the Fiesta, mounted transversely. And Alex Taylor in 7th place in the Mazda RX-7 with the rotary engine, very successfully for touring car racing by Tom Walkinshaw Racing.
Just as a thought there, Alistair, was the Fiesta the first Ford front-wheel drive Ford?
Yeah, probably was, wasn't it?
Is that a Mark 1 or a Mark 2? That's a Mark 1.
Mark 1 Fiesta, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been, yes, that would have been.
Yeah.
I asked if that was a 1600 pushrod, that would have been, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would, yeah.
That was the Mark 2 that had the CVH. Look, someone's coming across the line. Sadly, the 11 car, which it's one of the Clarks, isn't it? It's
40 in the Hughes of Beaconsfield Toyota Corolla. Here it is, Percy. Just flat with Percy driving that car and running as number 40. In 9th place, number 29, Guy Smith in the family Capri. And Tim Clark completes the top 10 in number 34, Dolomite Sprint. And Fred Shepherd crosses the line, takes the checkered flag, 18 laps completed for the Boss Mustang, a dominant performance with a best lap time of 2:27.153, which is comfortably 2.5 seconds quicker than his qualifying time this morning in the slightly damp, cooler conditions. Perhaps that is the difference, or maybe they've made some adjustments to the car after qualifying. Through in 2nd place has gone Jack Young, with the car started by his dad John Young, and indeed the V6 Capri of Waterfield and Mitchell. Tom Barkley gets the XJS over the line in 5th place, number 144, started by Guy Connu. And we should see the Fiesta come over the line next in 6th place, which liveried Capri of Alex Thistlethwaite. 14th place, number 1, Simon Travels 3. And working its way all the way back up to 15th after losing a lap right at the start, having its drive shaft put back in, Scott